Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a cycle where wealth always seems to slip out of your hands, as if something invisible but powerful were preventing you from achieving the financial freedom you so desire? The truth is that the problem may lie in the habits you cultivate every day, often without realizing it. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today, the 9 habits that are keeping you from being rich. But don't worry, because we're not just going to point out the problem. We're going to bring Stoic wisdom, an ancient philosophy that has transformed lives over the centuries, to help you eliminate these habits and finally take charge of your financial destiny. The Stoics believed that control over our actions and thoughts is the key to a fulfilling life. Seneca said, "True wealth lies not in having great possessions, but in needing little." And today, we're going to use this wisdom to show you how small changes can create a huge impact on your financial life. Stay until the end of this video, because each habit we're going to reveal is like a piece of a puzzle. If you miss one of them, you could end up missing the secret to transforming your relationship with money. And beware, at the end, we have an essential piece of Stoic advice that could be the turning point in your journey to wealth. Before we start, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. This helps us to keep bringing you valuable content. Activate the bell so you don't miss any videos, and share this content with someone who needs to hear these truths. Now, let's get straight to the point. The 9 habits that are stopping you from being rich. Habit 1, procrastination, the thief of your future. Have you ever found yourself saying, "I'll start tomorrow"? Maybe it's the investment you've always wanted to make, the finance course that's been on your list for months, or even that budget review you keep putting off. Procrastination is the silent excuse that keeps you exactly where you are, while time, the most valuable resource we have, slips through our fingers. The Stoics, masters of living in the present, warned us about this danger. Epictetus said, "It's not that we have too little time, but that we waste too much of it." And he was right. Every day you put off your financial decisions is one less day to build the freedom you so desire. Procrastination isn't just a habit, it's a mental trap. It makes us believe that there will be a perfect moment in the future to act. But the truth is that the ideal moment never arrives. The Stoics teach us that the present is all we have. Marcus Aurelius, in his Reflections, said, "Stop arguing about what a good man should be like and be one." In the same way, stop planning what your ideal financial life will be like and start building it right now. The inertia caused by procrastination comes at a high cost. While you wait for the right moment, others are taking action, learning, and growing. The financial market waits for no one. That promising investment may no longer be available tomorrow, and today's opportunities may turn into regrets tomorrow. As Seneca said, while we waste our time hesitating and procrastinating, life goes on. Don't let life pass you by while you stand still. Procrastination also feeds anxiety. The longer you put off something important, the heavier it becomes. On your mind, it's like carrying a backpack full of invisible stones. The Stoics believed in the importance of relieving mental weight by tackling tasks head-on. Resolving a pending issue today not only brings you closer to your financial goals, it also brings you inner peace. And don't think that procrastinating only affects your finances. This habit can contaminate other areas of your life, creating a cycle of stagnation. Imagine a person who always puts off starting to save or invest because they think they need to make more money first. That same person may end up putting off other important decisions, such as taking care of their health or improving their professional skills. It's a domino effect that can be devastating. So how do we overcome this barrier? The answer lies in deliberate, conscious action. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control and act with determination. Epictetus said, "First tell yourself what you would be, then do what must be done." Start small, but start now. Set a simple goal for today, whether it's opening an investment account or reviewing your spending, and stick to it without excuses. Remember, every lost day is a wasted opportunity to build the financial life of your dreams. Don't let procrastination continue to be the thief of your future. As the Stoics show us, the power is in your hands right now. Seize it and transform your life. Habit 2, spending to impress the vanity that weakens you. Have you ever stopped to think about how many times you've spent money just to impress others? Maybe it was that new car, a state-of-the-art cell phone, or even expensive clothes you didn't even need. The problem is that by doing this, you are sacrificing your financial future in exchange for momentary validation. The Stoics teach us to live simply and focus on what really matters. Marcus Aurelius said, "Think constantly of how brief and insignificant everything is." This phrase reminds us that vanity is ephemeral, while true wealth is built in silence. The habit of spending to impress is a dangerous trap. It creates a vicious cycle where you're always trying to outdo yourself, not for your own goals, but to maintain an image in the eyes of others. The problem? This race never ends. There will always be someone with something better or more expensive, and trying to keep up only takes you further away from financial freedom. The Stoics teach us that a person's value lies not in their possessions, but in their character and virtue. What's more, spending to impress not only drains your finances, but also puts you in a constant state of dissatisfaction. Buying something expensive may bring you momentary joy, but that feeling quickly disappears, leaving a void that you try to fill with more purchases. Seneca said, "He who needs little is always rich." True wealth lies in not being a slave to your desires and in the ability to find satisfaction in the essentials. Another important point is that living to impress others makes you vulnerable. When you base your self-esteem on the approval of others, you give control of your happiness into the hands of other people. The Stoics believed in emotional self-sufficiency and the power to control your own destiny. Epictetus said, "Don't seek to be admired by others, seek to be admirable to yourself." Stop spending to please others and start investing in what really matters, your financial freedom and personal growth. What's more, spending to impress can lead you into unnecessary debt. How many people aren't trapped in endless debt just to maintain a lifestyle they can't even afford? That's not freedom, it's financial slavery. The Stoics remind us that true power lies in living within your means and using your resources wisely. So how do we break this cycle? First, think about why you make each purchase. Do you really need it, or are you trying to impress someone? Secondly, practice gratitude for what you already have. Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't waste what you have wishing for what you don't have." By valuing what you have already achieved, you reduce the need to seek external validation. Finally, remember, true wealth doesn't have to be displayed. It is built through intelligent and silent choices. While many spend to appear rich, few have the courage to live below their means and accumulate real wealth. As the Stoics teach us, the focus must be on what is essential and what really matters. Don't let vanity weaken your journey to financial freedom. Habit 3. Fear of investing, the paralysis that costs you. Have you ever felt a chill in your stomach at the thought of investing? Perhaps you prefer to leave your money idle in savings or under the mattress, believing it to be safer. But the truth is that the fear of investing can be one of the most expensive habits you have. Epictetus reminds us, what disturbs us is not events, but the opinions we have about them. The fear of losing money is natural, but not investing is even riskier because you are missing out on the power of compound interest and the growth of your assets over time. This fear usually stems from a lack of knowledge. When you don't understand how investments work, everything seems dangerous and uncertain. But the Stoics teach us that knowledge is the key to overcoming fear. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are disturbed by something external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimation of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any time." Learning about investments transforms the unknown into something understandable and manageable. Another important point is that the fear of investing is often linked to the need for total control. You want guarantees, you want to know exactly how much you're going to earn and when. But the Stoics teach us to accept what is out of our control and focus on what we can do. Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Investing requires the courage to take calculated risks and trust in the process. What's more, the fear of investing can lead you to make bad financial decisions, such as keeping all your money idle in low-yielding investments or even spending it on superfluous things because you don't know where to put it. Meanwhile, other people are making your money work for them. The Stoics believed in the importance of deliberate action. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." In the same way, don't just think about investing, start with small steps. Fear can also make you believe that investing is something reserved only for rich people or financial experts. This couldn't be further from the truth. Today, with so many accessible tools, anyone can start investing with little money and learn along the way. The important thing is to take the first step and remember that consistency is more powerful than large sums. Overcoming this habit requires a change of mentality. Instead of seeing investment as a risk, see it as an opportunity for growth. Start small, diversify your investments, and study up on them. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed by the color of its thoughts." If you believe you can learn and grow, this belief will guide your actions. Finally, remember, not investing is a much greater risk than investing wisely. Time is ticking, and the longer you put off this decision, the more it will cost you in the future. Stoic philosophy teaches us to act courageously and rationally in the face of fear. So take the first step today and start building your financial future without letting fear paralyze you. Habit 4. Living without planning. A boat without a course. Have you ever tried to imagine what it would be like to sail in a boat with no direction, adrift on the vast ocean? This is exactly how many people live their financial lives, without a plan, without clear goals, and without a defined destination. They simply let the wind blow where it will, hoping that by luck they'll end up somewhere safe. But as Seneca wisely said, "If a man does not know where he is sailing, no wind will be favorable to him." Without planning, you're doomed to depend on luck. And that's something the Stoics would never accept. The lack of a financial plan is one of the main reasons why so many people remain trapped in cycles of debt or stagnation. When you don't know where you're going, any expense seems justifiable, any opportunity seems good, and any obstacle seems insurmountable. The Stoics believed in the importance of being clear about your goals and acting with purpose. Marcus Aurelius said, "A man's life is colored by the thoughts he holds." If your thoughts are disorganized, your financial life will reflect this confusion. What's more, living without financial planning leaves you vulnerable to unforeseen events. Emergencies happen. Health problems, job losses, or unexpected expenses can arise at any time. Without an emergency reserve or a clear strategy, these situations can destroy years of effort in a matter of days. The Stoics teach us to prepare for the unexpected. Epictetus said, "The prudent man anticipates difficulties and prepares to face them." Planning is protecting your future against life's uncertainties. Another problem with not planning is that you end up spending more than you should on things that add no real value to your life. Without a budget or clear goals, it's easy to fall into the trap of consumerism and waste money on superfluous items. Seneca reminds us, "He who is a slave to his desires will never be free." Financial planning is the antidote to this slavery. It gives you control over your resources and allows you to prioritize what really matters. Planning also means setting clear and measurable goals. It's not enough to say, "I want to be rich" or "I want to save money." You need to know how much you want to save, in how much time, and how you're going to do it. The Stoics valued deliberate action and discipline. Marcus Aurelius said, "Stop worrying about what others are doing. Concentrate on what you can do now." A well-structured financial plan keeps you focused on your path, regardless of the distractions around you. But make no mistake, planning doesn't mean predicting everything or controlling every detail of your financial life. The Stoics also teach us to accept what is out of our control. The secret lies in finding a balance between preparation and flexibility. As Epictetus said, "It is not events that disturb us, but the way we react to them." A good financial plan gives you the security to deal with unforeseen events without losing your way. Finally, remember that planning is an act of responsibility towards yourself and those who depend on you. Not having a financial plan is neglecting your own future and the well-being of those around you. The good news? It's never too late to start. Grab a pen and paper or open a spreadsheet on your computer and start drawing your financial map right now. As Seneca said, "While we live, let us learn to live." And living well starts with good planning. Habit 5, complaining instead of acting. The scarcity mentality. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to fall into the trap of complaining? Complaining about the government, the economy, your boss, or even the circumstances of your life. It seems that by doing this, we are letting off steam or seeking relief. But the truth is that complaining solves absolutely nothing. On the contrary, it reinforces a mentality of scarcity and powerlessness. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not over external events." Realize that, and you will find strength. This phrase reminds us that the control of our lives is in our hands, not in external circumstances. Complaining is a dangerous habit because it diverts your attention from what really matters: action. While you're busy blaming external factors for your financial problems, you're failing to look for practical solutions to change your situation. The Stoics believed in the importance of focusing on what we can control. Epictetus said, "Do not seek to make events happen as you wish. Wish them to happen as they should, and your life will be peaceful." In other words, accept what you can't change and focus on what you can do now. Furthermore, complaining creates a toxic mental environment. The more you complain, the more you reinforce the idea that you are a victim of circumstances. This victim mentality is the opposite of what the Stoics preached. For them, true strength comes from within and manifests itself in the ability to act even in the face of adversity. Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." In other words, while you're complaining about what you don't have, others are preparing to take advantage of opportunities. Another problem with complaining is that it drives the right people out of your life. No one likes to be around someone who can only point out problems without offering solutions. The habit of complaining can isolate you socially and even harm your professional chances. Imagine an employer listening to a candidate spend the entire interview complaining about their previous job. What impression would that leave? The Stoics teach us to cultivate a positive and resilient attitude, even in difficult situations. But how do we break this cycle? The answer lies in replacing complaining with action. Whenever you feel the urge to complain, ask yourself, what can I do to change this? Sometimes the solution can be small, like cutting an unnecessary expense or seeking knowledge about finances. But every step counts. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." Change your thoughts and your actions will follow. It's also important to practice gratitude. When you focus on what you already have instead of what you lack, you completely change your perspective on life. The Stoics believed in the importance of valuing the present and the little things around us. As Epictetus said, wealth does not consist in having great possessions, but in having few needs. By recognizing the value of what you have already achieved, you reduce the desire to complain. Finally, remember, complaining doesn't pay the bills or build wealth. Only action can do that for you. Stoic philosophy teaches us to face challenges with courage and determination without wasting time blaming the world around us. So the next time you feel like complaining, choose to act. After all, as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the soul becomes dyed by the color of its thoughts. Paint your life with positive actions and see how your financial future starts to change. Habit 6. Comparing yourself to others, the poison of envy. Have you ever found yourself looking at someone else's life and thinking, why am I not like them? Or maybe you've scrolled down your social media feed and felt a pang of envy when you saw someone traveling, buying a new car, or achieving something you haven't yet. This habit of constantly comparing yourself to others is a silent poison that can paralyze your financial and emotional life. Epictetus said, do not seek to be better than others. Seek to be better than you were yesterday. This phrase reminds us that the only valid standard of comparison is with the person we were in the past, not with others. Comparison is dangerous because it puts us in an endless race. There will always be someone with more money, more possessions, or more apparent success. The problem is that by focusing on what others have, you lose sight of your own progress. The Stoics believed in the importance of looking inwards and cultivating self-reliance. Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. When you compare yourself, you are allowing negative thoughts to invade your mind and divert your attention from what really matters. What's more, constant comparison feeds envy, a corrosive feeling that destroys your inner peace. The Stoics teach us that envy arises when we value external things over internal virtues. Seneca said, there is no greater torment than envy. By envying the success of others, you are ignoring your own achievements and underestimating the value of your effort. True wealth lies in recognizing your progress, however small it may seem. Another crucial point is that social networks amplify this habit of comparison. What you see online is just an edited version of people's reality. Nobody posts their financial difficulties or moments of failure. Everything seems perfect, but the Stoics remind us to question appearances. Epictetus said, things are not good or bad in themselves, it is our opinion of them that makes them so. Remember that the success displayed on social media doesn't always reflect reality. Comparing yourself can also lead to stagnation. When you focus too much on the success of others, you end up losing the energy and motivation to take action in your own life. It's like running looking to the side instead of focusing on your lane. You inevitably stumble. The Stoics believed in the importance of staying focused on your own path. Marcus Aurelius said, stop arguing about what a good man should be like and be one. Instead of spending time observing others, use that time to act and improve. To overcome this habit, practice gratitude for what you already have. Recognize your achievements, however small, and celebrate your personal progress. As Seneca said, he who is satisfied with little is rich. Gratitude transforms your perspective and helps you realize that you already have a lot to be thankful for. Finally, remember, comparing yourself to others is a dangerous distraction on your journey to financial freedom. The only valid standard is your own progress. Focus on your growth, forget about social media, and free yourself from this poison called envy. As Epictetus reminds us, happiness does not consist in acquiring more, but in desiring less. Focus on being better today than you were yesterday. That's the true measure of success. Habit 7. Ignoring your financial education, the ignorance that holds you back. Have you ever stopped to think that if you don't understand how money works, it will always be in control of your life? Without financial knowledge, you become a slave to debt, bad spending habits, and impulsive decisions. Marcus Aurelius said, "The adaptable mind turns obstacles into opportunities." And that's exactly what financial education does. It turns the unknown into something manageable and challenges into opportunities. Ignoring your financial education is one of the biggest mistakes you can make, as it traps you in a cycle of stagnation. Many people believe that learning about finance is complicated or only for experts, but this is a mistaken idea. The Stoics teach us that learning is a continuous process and essential for a virtuous life. Epictetus said, "Only the educated are free." When you take the time to understand basic concepts such as budgeting, investments, and compound interest, you begin to make more conscious and liberating decisions. Not knowing how money works leaves you vulnerable to the pitfalls of the financial system, such as abusive fees or risky investments. A lack of financial education also prevents you from taking advantage of opportunities that arise. Imagine someone who is afraid to invest because they don't understand how the stock market or real estate funds work. That person could lose precious years while others are building wealth. It's like Marcus Aurelius said, "The loss of the present is the only thing a man can be deprived of." Time lost without investing or financial planning will never be recovered. Another critical point is that ignoring your financial education perpetuates the cycle of dependency. You end up relying on third parties, banks, advisors, or even family members to make important decisions about your money. But the Stoics teach us to take responsibility for our own lives. Seneca said, "Fortune favors the prepared mind." By learning about finance, you become able to make informed and independent decisions without depending on the goodwill or interests of others. In addition, a lack of financial knowledge feeds fear and anxiety. When you don't understand how to manage your money, every unforeseen event seems like an insurmountable crisis. The Stoics believed in the importance of preparing for the unexpected and facing challenges calmly. Epictetus said, "It is not things that disturb us, but the opinions we have about them." Studying personal finance reduces this fear, as it gives you practical tools to deal with any situation. Overcoming this habit requires dedication and patience. Start small. Read basic books on personal finance, watch educational videos, or take free online courses. Don't worry about understanding everything at once. The important thing is to take the first step. As Marcus Aurelius used to say, "Progress is in every small victory." Each concept you learn is a brick in the construction of your financial freedom. Finally, remember, to ignore your financial education is to choose to remain trapped in a cycle of ignorance and dependence. Taking the time to learn about money is an investment in yourself and your future. As the Stoics teach us, knowledge is power, and in the case of finance, it's the power to transform your life. So start today. Open a book, watch a video, or look for reliable information on how to make your money work for you. After all, as Marco Aurelio reminds us, the adaptable mind turns obstacles into opportunities. Make your financial education a priority and see how it can change everything. Habit 8. Living out of your means, the debt cycle. Do you ever feel like you're constantly running at a loss? Perhaps you spend more than you earn, depend on credit to maintain a lifestyle, or are trapped in seemingly never-ending loans. This habit of living beyond your means is one of the biggest enemies of your financial freedom. The Stoics, masters of living in moderation, teach us that true wealth lies not in having too much, but in needing too little. Seneca said, "He who needs little is always rich." This phrase reminds us that simplicity and control over our desires are the foundations for a financially balanced life. Living beyond your means creates a vicious cycle. To sustain a standard of living that doesn't match your reality, you resort to debt, credit cards, or loans. These debts, in turn, generate interest and charges that consume even more of your money, leaving you trapped in an endless spiral. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. No matter how hard you try, it will never be enough. The Stoics believed in the importance of controlling our impulses and desires to avoid this kind of suffering. Epictetus said, "Freedom lies in not being a slave to your desires." In addition, living beyond your means has a direct impact on your mental and emotional health. The anxiety caused by debt can take away your sleep and damage your quality of life. You live worrying about bills to pay and the constant feeling of being behind financially. The Stoics teach us to seek inner tranquility above all else. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. When you spend more than you can afford, you are sacrificing your peace of mind for momentary pleasures." Another important point is that living beyond your means is often motivated by the need to impress others. You buy things you don't need to please people who don't always care about you. But the Stoics remind us that external approval is irrelevant when compared to our own integrity and well-being. Seneca said, "A rich man is not one who has much, but one who needs little." By reducing your needs and focusing on the essentials, you eliminate the pressure of trying to fit into unrealistic standards. To get out of this debt cycle, the first step is to be honest with yourself about your financial situation. Make a detailed analysis of your spending and identify where you are going overboard. Often, small adjustments to your budget can make a big difference. The Stoics valued discipline as an essential virtue for achieving any goal. Epictetus said, "First, tell yourself what you would be, then do what must be done. Set clear goals to reduce your spending and eliminate your debts." Another important step is to learn to differentiate between wants and needs. Ask yourself before every purchase, do I really need this, or am I just giving in to an impulse? Marcus Aurelius reminds us, stop wishing for what you don't have and value what you already have. By constantly reflecting on this, you'll start to make more conscious financial decisions in line with your goals. Finally, remember, living within your means is not a limitation. It's a smart choice that frees you from the burden of debt and allows you to build a solid foundation for the future. As the Stoics taught us, true freedom lies in controlling our desires and living in moderation. So stop spending more than you earn right now and start building a balanced and sustainable financial life. After all, as Seneca said, "He who needs little is always rich." Make this phrase your mantra and see how your relationship with money will start to change. Habit 9. Escaping discipline, the price of financial indiscipline. Have you ever found yourself spending impulsively, putting off important decisions, or simply ignoring the need to create a financial routine? Lack of discipline is one of the biggest obstacles for those who want to achieve financial freedom. Without it, you become hostage to your own impulses, wasting resources and opportunities. Marcus Aurelius said, "To conquer oneself is the greatest of victories," and that conquest begins with control over your financial choices. Financial indiscipline is like a constant leak in a boat. However small it may seem, it can sink your vessel over time. Unnecessary spending, lack of planning, and absence of clear goals create a cycle of stagnation. The Stoics believed that discipline was essential for a virtuous life. Epictetus said, "No great thing is suddenly created." Building wealth requires consistency, patience, and above all, discipline. Without discipline, it's easy to fall into the "I deserve it" trap. You see something you want, and justify the purchase based on a momentary pleasure, ignoring the long-term impact. But the Stoics teach us to question our desires and act rationally. Seneca said, "True wealth lies in not being a slave to your desires." Being disciplined doesn't mean giving up everything, but prioritizing what really matters and avoiding waste. Another problem with indiscipline is that it prevents you from building healthy financial habits. Without a clear routine, such as saving monthly, investing regularly, or reviewing your budget, you lose control over your financial life. The Stoics valued repetition as a way of achieving excellence. Marcus Aurelius said, "You are what you repeatedly do. If you practice indiscipline every day, it becomes your pattern. But if you practice discipline, it becomes your strength." Indiscipline also leaves you vulnerable to external pressures. Irresistible promotions, consumer trends, or even comparisons with other people can lead you to bad financial decisions. The Stoics believed in the importance of resisting external influences and focusing on what is within our control. Epictetus said, "If you wish to improve, be content to appear foolish or naive in the eyes of others." Being disciplined often means saying no to the world and yes to your goals. So how do you cultivate financial discipline? First, create a simple and practical system. Set clear goals, establish a budget, and automate your investments whenever possible. Repeating these actions turns discipline into a habit. Secondly, monitor your progress regularly to adjust your course when necessary. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Life is not about finding excuses, but about finding solutions." Financial discipline is built on small, consistent steps. Finally, remember, without discipline, you will never achieve the financial freedom you desire. But by cultivating it, you not only take control of your money, but also of your life. As the Stoics teach us, true victory begins within ourselves. Cut unnecessary spending, create a solid financial routine, and stay focused on your goals. After all, as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, to conquer oneself is the greatest of victories. Make this achievement your priority and watch your financial life begin to flourish. We've reached the end of this video, but the journey to transform your financial life has only just begun. Now, you know the 9 habits that are preventing you from achieving wealth and how Stoic wisdom can be your ally on this journey. But here's the crucial point. Knowing is not enough. As the Stoics teach us, it is action that defines who we are. Marcus Aurelius said, "Stop arguing about what a good man should be like and be one." So ask yourself, which of these habits will you eliminate first? Which change can you start today, now, to get closer to the financial freedom you so desire? Remember that each negative habit you eliminate is like taking a weight off your back. Every step towards discipline, planning, and financial education is a step towards a life of abundance and serenity. Don't let fear, procrastination, or comparison with others paralyze you. As Epictetus said, true wealth lies not in having great possessions, but in needing little. True freedom begins when you take control of your choices. And before I close, I'd like to invite you. If this video has helped you see something important about your financial life, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This helps us to continue bringing valuable content to you and so many other people who are also looking to grow. Activate the bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Each one could be the next step in your transformation. Now it's up to you. Share in the comments which habit has had the greatest impact on you and which will be the first to change. Remember, Stoic philosophy teaches us that we are the architects of our destiny. So start building a solid financial life in line with your values right now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.